If you are over 60 and your legs feel weaker every year, listen closely. The muscle loss you feel is real, but it is not random. It has a name, and it steals strength quietly. It is called sarcopenia, and it often speeds up with age. I am Dr. Aline Serratia, and today I want to clear up a dangerous myth. No fruit can make your muscles grow 1,000,000 times, but the right fruits can support muscle repair, energy, recovery, and daily movement when you use them the smart way. Stay with me, because fruit number 1 surprises most people. Many older adults think weak legs only come from getting older. That is only part of the story. Your muscles change with age, but your habits shape the speed. If you move less, eat too little protein, and skip colorful foods, your body loses ground faster. Your muscles become less responsive to food and exercise. That process makes simple tasks feel harder. Standing from a chair feels slower. Climbing stairs feels heavier. Carrying groceries feels risky. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know you are not failing. Your body is asking for better support. I see this pattern again and again. A person feels weaker, so they move less. Then they eat lighter meals because appetite changes. Then their muscles get even less stimulation. That creates a loop that feeds itself. Research on aging and muscle health keeps showing the same message. Older adults need movement, protein, and nutrient-dense foods working together. Fruit is not the star of the whole show, but it can play an important supporting role. That matters, because support is often what helps you stay consistent long enough to see change. Before we get into the 6 fruits, let me ask you something simple. When do your legs feel weakest? Is it when you first stand up? Is it halfway through a walk? Is it when you climb stairs? Or is it at the end of the day? Keep that answer in your mind as you listen. It will help you pick the fruit that fits your real problem. And if you have ever wondered why one person swears by bananas and another loves berries, you are about to understand why. When I reviewed the most watched senior health videos on this topic, I noticed a pattern. Many promise dramatic muscle growth from one food alone. That is where people get misled. Fruit does not replace resistance exercise. Fruit does not replace protein. Fruit does not fix severe weakness overnight. But research does suggest that higher fruit and vegetable intake links with lower sarcopenia risk. Some fruits may also support recovery, hydration, blood flow, or antioxidant defense. That means the right fruit can help your muscles do their job better. And that is exactly how I want you to think today. I also noticed the same audience questions coming up again and again. People ask which fruit is best after walking. They ask which fruit is safest with diabetes. There are no bordidi obi dain sti and day. Obi day si day bay day ow day ow day. Their frozen fruit still works. They ask if juice counts. They ask if fruit helps knees or only muscles. Those are smart questions. I will answer them as we go, and I will keep this practical. I want you to finish this video knowing what to buy, how much to eat, when to eat it, and who needs extra caution. There is one more truth I want to place on the table before we continue. Muscle does not grow because a fruit is magical. Muscle grows when your body gets a signal to adapt. That signal usually comes from resistance exercise, daily movement, and enough protein. Fruit helps by supporting the environment around that process. It may improve recovery. It may improve food quality. It may help you reach nutrient targets that many older adults miss. When you stop expecting fruit to do everything, you can finally use it well. That shift alone saves many people from disappointment. This also matters for your knees and balance. Weak muscles do not only change appearance, they change how force moves through your body. When your thighs, hips, and calves lose strength, your joints often do more work than they should. That can make walking feel shaky and stairs feel hostile. A smart eating plan cannot solve all of that, but it can support the exercise and recovery that help you move with more control. So, yes, Fruit can support stronger muscles, but the real goal is bigger than muscle. The goal is safe, confident movement. Now let us start with a fruit many people already keep on the counter. The banana does not look exciting, but it earns a spot here. Bananas give you easy-to-use carbohydrate, potassium, and a little magnesium. That matters because muscles need fuel and fluid balance to contract well. If you wake up tired or feel shaky after activity, a banana can help you recover. It will not build muscle by itself, but it can help you train, walk, and stay active without crashing. Research on exercise recovery suggests bananas can support post-activity recovery in ways similar to sports drinks for some settings. They also bring plant compounds that may help calm exercise stress. For older adults, the biggest benefit is often simple. A banana is soft, portable, affordable, and easy to digest. That means you are more likely to use it. I tell many seniors to pair half or one banana with Greek yogurt, milk, or a boiled egg after a walk. That combination gives energy plus protein. That is where real muscle support begins. Let me tell you about Walter, age 72, a former mail carrier. He told me his legs felt empty by late morning. He was not skipping breakfast, but he was eating toast and coffee alone. For 6 weeks, he changed one thing. After his morning walk, he added a banana with plain Greek yogurt. He also did chair stands 3 times a week. He told me he felt steadier by week 3. By week 6, he rose from his recliner without pushing off both arms. That is the kind of change I want you to notice. Next comes the orange, and this one deserves more respect. Oranges give vitamin C, water, and helpful plant compounds. Vitamin C does more than support immunity. Your body also needs it for collagen formation and tissue support. Research in older adults has linked higher vitamin C intake and blood levels with better muscle measures. That does not mean oranges directly grow muscle like weights do. It means they may help protect the body systems that help muscle stay functional. When your muscles and connective tissue work better together, daily movement feels safer. I often suggest whole oranges instead of juice because chewing slows you down. Whole fruit also gives fiber, which helps steady the blood sugar rise. If you enjoy juice, keep the portion modest and have it with a meal. An orange works especially well beside cottage cheese, eggs, or a protein-rich breakfast. That pairing gives you a better muscle-supporting meal than fruit alone. And if you deal with poor appetite, orange segments can be refreshing when heavier foods feel hard. Sometimes, the best food is the one you can actually eat consistently. Let me tell you about Denise, age 68. A retired elementary teacher. She said breakfast felt like a chore after her husband died. Some days, she only had tea. She began keeping peeled orange slices ready in the refrigerator. She ate them with cottage cheese 4 mornings each week. Within a month, she told me she felt more willing to eat breakfast and more ready for her balance class. Her legs did not transform overnight, but her routine improved. Her energy improved, and her attendance stayed steady. Consistency gave her body a fair chance. Now let us talk about blueberries, one of my favorite choices for older adults. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their deep color. Those compounds have been studied for their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. Some early research in older adults suggests blueberries may support functional mobility. That matters because muscle health is not only about size, it is also about how well you move. If your legs feel stiff, your steps feel short, or your recovery feels slow, blueberries may be a smart add-on to an already solid plan. Here is why I like blueberries so much. They are easy to add without changing your whole diet. You can use fresh or frozen. You can stir them into oatmeal with milk, blend them into a yogurt smoothie, or spoon them over plain kefir. Frozen blueberries are still a strong option, so do not waste money chasing perfect fresh berries out of season. I usually tell people to think in half cup or 1 cup servings. Pair them with protein, not pastries. That small shift matters. A muffin with blueberries is not the same as blueberries with real nourishment. Then we have tart cherries, and this fruit gets a lot of hype online. Let me make it honest. Tart cherries do not appear to switch on muscle protein synthesis in a dramatic way, but research does suggest tart cherry products may support recovery and reduce exercise-related soreness or inflammation in some settings. For older adults, that can still be useful. If soreness keeps you from walking the next day, recovery matters. If stiff legs stop you from doing your strength routine, recovery matters. Less soreness can mean better consistency, and better consistency changes lives. I prefer unsweetened tart cherry products when possible, and I watch the portion. Juice concentrates can carry a lot of sugar. If you have diabetes or pre-diabetes, this point matters even more. Use small servings and do not sip sweet juice all afternoon. I would rather see you use a modest amount near activity or with a balanced meal. Think of tart cherry as a recovery helper, not a miracle drink. And if it upsets your stomach, skip it. A good food is only good if your body tolerates it. Watermelon is next, and this one surprises people because it seems too simple. Watermelon gives fluid, natural carbohydrate, and citrulline, an amino acid-related compound, linked with blood flow and exercise performance in some research. The amount in watermelon itself is not huge, so I do not oversell it. Still, for older adults who wake up underhydrated, watermelon can be a smart support food. Better hydration helps muscles contract and relax. It also helps many people feel better during walks or exercise sessions. Sometimes the helpful answer is not fancy. It is basic support done well. If you enjoy watermelon, use it as part of a meal or snack, not as a standalone fix. I like it with a side of cottage cheese or a handful of nuts if chewing is easy. Some people do well with watermelon after a warm weather walk because it feels light and cooling. But portion control still matters. If you have blood sugar concerns, spread fruit across the day instead of taking huge amounts at once. Also remember that more is not always better. Your body responds best to steady habits. Small, repeatable wins beat giant one-day efforts every time. Fruit number 2 is pomegranate, and I place it high for a reason. Pomegranate brings polyphenols that have been studied for recovery and exercise stress. Some research suggests pomegranate may help reduce soreness and support recovery after demanding exercise. For seniors, that can be very practical. Recovery is what lets you come back tomorrow. If your legs feel heavy for 2 days after one good workout, your plan falls apart. Pomegranate may help some people bounce back with less discomfort. That makes it easier to keep walking, lifting, and living with confidence. I usually prefer the arils over large glasses of juice because whole food gives more control. If you buy juice, choose unsweetened and keep the portion sensible. Also, be careful if you take several medications because juice products can complicate routines. When in doubt, ask your pharmacist or clinician. I want you to feel empowered, not reckless. The goal is always support, never excess. Add pomegranate to yogurt, oatmeal, or a protein bowl. Use it like a helper around good meals and regular exercise, not like a shortcut. Fruit number 1 is kiwi, and this choice often catches people off guard. Kiwi gives a strong vitamin C punch in a small package. It also brings fiber and fluid, and many people find it easy to eat. I like kiwi for older adults who need gentle nutrition that does not feel heavy. If oranges feel too acidic or bulky, kiwi may be an easier fit. Since higher vitamin C intake has been associated with better skeletal muscle measures in older adults, kiwi makes sense as part of a muscle-supportive pattern. Small fruit, strong value. There is another reason I like kiwi. Some older adults feel full fast, and that leads to lighter meals. Kiwi adds nutrition without demanding a big appetite. I often suggest 1 or 2 kiwis alongside a protein-rich breakfast or afternoon snack. If you do not love kiwi, you do not need to force it. An orange, strawberries, or other vitamin C-rich fruit can also help. The principle matters more than the exact fruit. Choose what you will actually buy, prepare, and eat. Health routines only work when they fit your real life. Let me tell you about Frank, age 79, a former mechanic. He wanted stronger legs, but he always searched for a magic food. That kept him stuck. He began adding berries or kiwi to breakfast, a banana after walks, and 2 short strength sessions each week. After 8 weeks, he told me his steps felt faster and his grocery bags felt lighter. The fruit did not do that alone. The fruit helped him support the habits that did it. That is the message I never want you to miss. So, what is the practical takeaway from all 6 fruits? Bananas help with easy fuel and recovery support. Oranges and kiwi help you cover vitamin C needs that connect with muscle health. Blueberries bring colorful compounds linked with better function and less oxidative stress. Tart, cherries, and pomegranate may support recovery, especially when soreness slows you down. Watermelon helps with hydration and can support activity in a gentle way. None of these fruits replace protein. None replace strength training. But together, they can make a strong plan easier to follow. Now, I need to say something very clearly. If you want muscle growth after 60, fruit must sit beside protein and resistance exercise. That is not optional. Older muscle responds best when you give it a reason to stay. That reason usually comes from challenging the muscle safely and feeding it well afterward. Think eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, milk, tofu, beans, fish, or other protein-rich foods. Think sit-to-stands, wall push-ups, resistance bands, and regular walking. Fruit is the support team. It helps the star players do better work. If you are wondering how to use these fruits in daily life, let me make it simple. At breakfast, you might have Greek yogurt with blueberries and kiwi. After a walk, you might eat half a banana with milk or a boiled egg. At lunch, orange slices can go beside chicken, beans, or cottage cheese. In warm weather, watermelon works well with a balanced snack. After a harder activity day, a small serving of tart cherry or pomegranate can fit into dinner or an evening snack. You do not need all 6 every day. Rotation works well. If cost is on your mind, I want to help there too. Frozen fruit is often cheaper and still useful. Blueberries, cherries, and even pomegranate products can fit better that way. Canned fruit can work if it is packed in juice or water, not heavy syrup. Dried fruit is more concentrated, so portion size matters more. Juice is the easiest form to overdo, especially if you have diabetes or low activity levels. When money is tight, buy the fruit you will truly use. A smaller bag of frozen berries you finish is better than expensive fresh fruit you throw away. I also want you to try one simple check at home. Sit in a sturdy chair. Cross your arms if you can do so safely. Stand up and sit down 5 times at a steady pace. Notice how your legs feel, how much you rock forward, and whether you need your hands. Then repeat that check after 4 weeks of better meals and regular strength work. That is how real change shows up. Not in hype, not in promises. In easier standing, steadier walking, and less fear during normal life. Those are the wins that matter most. Here is one simple rhythm I like. Choose 1 vitamin C-rich fruit each day. Choose 1 recovery fruit on active days. Choose 1 easy fuel fruit around walks or strength sessions. That gives you structure without stress. Frozen fruit counts. Whole fruit usually beats juice. Unsweetened options beat syrup-packed ones. And protein should show up again and again through your day. If you do that, you create a pattern your muscles can trust. Muscles love repetition. They respond to regular care, not random bursts of motivation. Now for the safety side, because this matters. If you have diabetes, whole fruit is usually a better choice than juice. Pair fruit with protein or healthy fat to slow the rise in blood sugar. If you have kidney disease, ask your clinician before loading up on high-potassium fruits like bananas, oranges, or kiwi. If you deal with reflux, citrus may bother you. If you have irritable bowels, cherries may cause symptoms. And if you have trouble chewing or swallowing, choose softer textures and safer portions. Smart eating is always personalized. Also, if your weakness is getting worse fast, do not brush it off. If you are losing weight without trying, falling often, or struggling to rise from a chair, talk with a clinician. Severe weakness can signal more than normal aging. It can relate to low protein intake, nerve issues, medication effects, thyroid problems, low vitamin levels, or other health concerns. I never want you to hide behind a healthy-sounding food plan while a deeper problem grows. Use food as support, not denial. That is how strong adults protect their future. If you want a very simple first week, do this. Pick 2 fruits from today, not all 6. Pair each one with a real protein source. Add 2 short strength sessions, even if each session lasts 10 minutes. Walk most days, even if the walk is short. Drink enough water, especially if you choose higher fiber foods, and start moving more. Keep a note on your fridge and mark the days you follow through. Success after 60 often looks boring on paper, but boring works. Repeated basics beat exciting mistakes nearly every time. Before I close, let me give you one more real-world example. Marlene, age 74, a retired bookkeeper, told me evenings were her hardest time. Her legs felt tired, and she skipped her home exercises. She started eating a protein-rich breakfast with fruit, walking after lunch, and using tart cherry only on days when soreness flared. After 5 weeks, she said she stopped dreading her stairs. She still had work to do, but she felt back in the game. Progress often begins the moment you stop chasing miracles and start building patterns. So if you came here hoping one fruit would rebuild your muscles overnight, I hope I gave you something better. I gave you a realistic plan. I gave you 6 fruits that can support stronger eating patterns, better recovery, and steadier movement after 60. Start with the one that fits your biggest problem. If appetite is low, choose kiwi or orange. If recovery is rough, consider tart cherry or pomegranate. If walks drain you, start with banana or watermelon. If you want an easy daily win, keep blueberries in the freezer. I am Dr. Aline Serratia, and I want you to remember this. Stronger muscles after 60 do not come from hype. They come from daily choices your body can actually use. Choose color. Choose protein. Choose movement. Choose consistency, and choose patience, because muscle responds to repetition, not panic. If this helped you, tell me in the comments which fruit you will try first, and when your legs feel weakest. Share this with someone who says aging means giving up strength. Subscribe if you want more evidence-based ways to stay steady, strong, and independent for years to come.